What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sammy's Place. I am Sam May. Today we're going to get into Rah Digga's Everything is a Story. This album was supposed to come out in 2003. It was pushed back to 2004, and then eventually it was just fucking shelved altogether. This is the second album from Rah Digga. It consisted of the lead single, Party and Bullshit, which was produced by Just Blaze. There was even a video for it. It was premiered on fucking 106 and Park. I remember watching that, yo. I was so excited because this song was kind of just making its rounds a bit. And then there was a remix that had Eve and Missy Elliott. Is that it? Eve, Missy Elliott? Yeah, I think that's it. But the single didn't do shit, if I'm not mistaken. I guess it didn't because the album didn't fucking come out. So there was a second single, I believe, which was called Hot Tub. Which features Snoop Dogg. I think it was a second single. I remember reading back then when I heard the song that it was supposed to be a second single, but you just never fucking know. And then years later, the album was leaked. Not leaked, I should say. She posted it on her Bandcamp. It's even up there right now if you want it. Go hear it. It's obviously it's available on fucking YouTube and shit. But if you really want to support the artist, definitely go to her Bandcamp. It goes directly to her. Anyways, after listening to the album, it was almost like, okay, I see why this didn't get released. It's nothing like her first album, Dirty Harriet. That right there is a fucking hip-hop classic. I first discovered Rah Digga through 13 Ghosts. Hearing her song, was it Mirror Mirror, at the end. I kind of matched the voices and shit, looked into her, discovered she's a fucking rapper, was signed with Flip Mode. She has an album, Dirty Harriet, that's out. I knew nothing of what was on there, but I went and fucking bought it because I was just so open to hearing new people and what hip hop was, regardless if I liked it or not. And this was an album that was a grower. I didn't like it at first because it was very, very hip hop. So it didn't really consist of, mainstream commercial club tracks that I was looking for in music, but I kept an open mind to it and I just grew into it, bro. Like it's such a vibe from beginning to end. I appreciate it so much, the way it was arranged, the beats, the transitions, the interludes, the just her delivery all together. I really studied that album, and still to this day, that fucking album is an album of its own. So it's unfortunate that she wasn't really able to make a second album that either was better or kind of had matched the same energy and delivery. Instead, this one kind of seemed like even the street tracks were just kind of it fell flat. Then there's those fucking club tracks. There was like a time where it seemed like someone in charge was saying, we need some more bullshit club tracks.
Where we going? To get me a shorty. We heading to a party. To get me a shorty. About to get my mom right. To get me a shorty. Baby boy, what you working with? I need me a shorty.
Get one of those on there, or a few of those. Maybe at that point in time, I would have liked it as a kid. I don't know. Maybe not. But I just remember feeling let down after hearing the album entirely. Nothing really stood out to me. I loved On the Move, but I already heard a lot of these songs before Party and Bullshit was even fucking leaked or came out or whatever the fuck. There was I'm Coming Back, See It in Your Eyes, which features Fabulous.
Kid, give them 60 seconds, they gon' start digging in, you heard?
These were songs that I heard on a mixtape prior, and I remember when I heard them the first times, I was like, I hope this is just mixtape stuff because it doesn't really sound album worthy. And then years later, when it's finally posted, the album, to see these songs on there, it's kind of like I probably would have been disappointed buying the album, or maybe I would have grown on me too and just appreciated completely differently. But getting it years later, I appreciate that we get to hear it at some point, but it's like, did we grow out of that trend, that sound, or that appreciation for the album that we would have had when it first came out? You never know. But I know there's other albums that I heard years later that I liked, and that kind of holds a special place for me because I'm just like, it should have been released. But yeah, Rah Digga is definitely one of the best lyricists like ever, male, female. She definitely holds her own. Her lyrics pack a mean punch, and she's clever, she's loud, and she's just has such a fucking sound of her own. I'm always a fan. Her second album that actually got released, which was Classic, the entire thing I think was produced by Knots. and it came out in 2010. She didn't try to be trendy. She didn't try to give club tracks. No, she's like, just bars, bro. Bars on some fucking good beats. Nothing she's released though comes even close to her first album, Dirty Harriet. I think she's capable of actually making something just as good or even better. Maybe not these days, you know, time's gone, but she definitely had it in her. It's unfortunate that things just kind of rolled out the way they did. She should have had an album out much sooner, a second album. But unfortunately, you know, things just go the way they do. At least she gets the respect in hip hop as a lyricist, as, you know, Dirty Harriet is a fucking classic and it'll always be a classic. And she's recognized for her delivery, for being clever, you know, for being a lyricist. And those are the things that matter to her. So she got exactly what she came for. You can't mention female hip hop without mentioning Rah Digga. You can't mention hip hop without mentioning Rah Digga.